No more credit cards. No more cash. People think it's convenient. It's socially acceptable now. It's coming faster than you think. Pay with a chip in your hand. A microchip RFID implant.
In medical news tonight, a chip the size of a grain of rice could save your life.
I've just been shipped myself. I've just been shipped myself.
Anyone who takes this mark will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. That's an easy one, right? But then we find out that anyone who takes this mark, whatever this thing is, grievous sores will appear over the body. But here's the deal. It says that in those days, the days of the mark, men and women will seek death and not find it.
There are challenges with privacy. How many ever worry about your privacy online? Yeah, big data is great, but of course it's a form of soft surveillance. I don't know if you saw this over here, but recently in Europe, Samsung Television warned the users of its smart TVs and said, please be aware that our voice recognition technology can record private conversations in your living room. And because that information that is stored in the cloud, it can be accessed by third parties. The Epicenter workstation in Sweden, which is encouraging its workers to have a microchip placed under their skin. They say that this will allow people to use the security doors, it allows them to use the photocopy machine, it allows them to pay for lunch at the canteen or using a microchip. This sounds convenient.
It may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo if only to piss off their parents.
In medical news tonight, a chip the size of a grain of rice could save your life. Could save your life.
I've just been shipped myself. It's not a painless process, but it doesn't last too long, not too difficult, minor surgical procedure.
New microchip technology now makes it possible for the emergency room staff to find out about your medical history at the touch of a computer key.
At some point, we're all going to have RFIDs. It might be even in our fingers.
I'm sorry, sir, did you just say you would get one implanted in your arm?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Our driver's license will be on the RFID chip, our credit card number. All our information will be on this one chip.
Anyone who takes the mark is immediately thrown in the lake of fire. There's no grace. There's no mercy. It's just, you've got the mark, bam, you're in the lake of fire. Not my words. Those are the words of Yeshua.
And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
This is a developmental system made by MC10. It has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. A tattoo that could be used for authentication.
Anyone who takes this mark will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. That's an easy one, right? But then we find out that anyone who takes this mark, whatever this thing is, grievous sores will appear over the body. But here's the deal. It says that in those days, the days of the mark, men and women will seek death and not find it.
It's really true. So what this means is that becomes my first superpower. I really want this superpower. It means that my arms are like wires, my hands are like alligator clips. When I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated in. First superpower. Like, I want that.
Now, we've heard before of chips being implanted in the body, but here at Reading University, they're looking at something else. What happens when one of those chips gets a computer virus? A computer virus.
Dave, we have stuff that even the Mossad doesn't know we have.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Anyone who takes this mark will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. That's an easy one, right? But then we find out that anyone who takes this mark, whatever this thing is, grievous sores will appear over the body. But here's the deal. It says that in those days, the days of the mark, men and women will seek death and not find it.
In 2001, the first family was chipped in America after 9/11. 2004, the FDA approves it for safe use into the body. 2004, the Mexican government had its top government officials microchipped. And ever since then, it's been migrating and infiltrating into corporations for security, and leaderships of small countries have been implementing it into their security. We've been warning you and warning you and warning you that it's coming. Walmart's setting up their scanners. 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 And Obamacare. We warned you and warned you and warned you that it was in there. The microchip was in the very first bill, explicitly explained. And then it was an outrage, and they made the wording vague. They made the language very vague. And now we know for a fact that they are implementing microchips through Obamacare. Microchips through Obamacare. There's people that have been chipped, and witnesses. Doctors have tried to microchip people, and there are many examples of people being chipped all around the world. And now, with the Sustainable Development Act, they want to microchip the refugees. They want to microchip the immigrants coming into America. And they want to microchip you. And one day, you're either going to get a microchip so you can buy your food, buy clothing, pay your bills, do your banking, function in the economy, or you're going to starve with the rest of us who know that this microchip and its predecessors and what's coming after it is nothing more than leading up to the mark of the beast. Than leading up to the mark of the beast. It's leading up to the mark of the beast. They can mess with your mind now, man. They can put stuff in there that'll make your mind dysfunction. They can control your hormones, your biochemistry. They can control your thinking and your emotions and your desires with these nanotechnologies that they have, viruses that they have, inside these chips, these microchips. And we've been warning you, and we've been warning you, and we've been warning you, and we've been warning you not to even begin to take it for medical purposes, not to take it for identification purposes, not to take it for conveniences. Very, very convenient to have a microchip implant these days. We're going to leave you with this. I'm going to warn you again. What the Bible says about anyone who takes the mark of the beast, you will not be forgiven. You will not be forgiven. You will not be forgiven. You cannot be forgiven. And I believe the reason why you can't be forgiven is because you won't ask for it. You won't care. Your heart will be so hardened by whatever they're putting into your body that you'll forget about the warnings and the coming judgment of God. And you'll be cast into outer darkness in the lake of fire. in the lake of fire. Read the scriptures with me. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night. Whosoever worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Don't be fooled, my friends.